What's going on, guys? Today we're back. This should be episode 6 of our Broke to Millionaire series. And we're going to get started today by heading over to the casino for our wheel spin because, well, this episode wasn't doubled up like I have been known to do beforehand. But with this one was relatively a bit longer than most of them, but we've kind of brought it down a little bit in size. I'm not going to do a whole lot of cutting, but we did have one instance. I'll let you know when we get to that point to where I had to cut, but initially this episode here has been in the works for relatively about a week now, and I just haven't even looked at it, to say the least. I've just been so super damn busy and everything, and so we're gonna get everything caught back up soon though. It's only been a few days since my last video, not 3 weeks, so just bear with me, guys, and hopefully we'll get back into the studio soon and well, my office, and get some more recording done. But I'm spending quite a bit of time with the old wife and haven't done much work, so let's get over into the casino here and see what we end up with today. My best guess is probably something utterly useless, but maybe that's not the case. But we'll see how everything goes here. Get loaded in, and we're gonna go from there. But essentially, I mean, a lot of work to be done this episode, as I said before. Let's go ahead and get visitors bonus and head on over here to this big ass thing that usually screws me over more than it helps me. But let's see what we can do here. It's gonna look like we are gonna end up with some RP again. Takes us from 18 to 19 to 20. Yep, we're at rank 20 already. Let's go ahead and trade those chips in and head out of here, and I will be back to you guys after we get up to the counterfeit cash factory. Alright guys, so today our plan is at the cash factories. We're not just coming to check stock levels or anything. We're actually coming over here to sell off stock today. So just so you know, that is the plan this time around. It's not going to be a hell of a lot, look, because we don't have any upgrades on this place yet. It's not real great money anyway, but sell stock. Looks like we're going to get 70,000. So with that, we'll just make do. Naturally, we want the highest sell that we can get, of course, but we got to do the stupid fucking seaplanes, which aren't awful to say the least, but they're not great. And we got a pretty good little drive over there, so this will probably be a good portion of our video this time around is a sale mission, but we also are throwing in a new thing that's not new to the game, but new to this series, and mainly only done it because, well, we sold off this place and I don't want to pay for supplies, of course, but we also have the acid lab we got to deal with soon rather than later. Last time we checked it, it wasn't ready, and I usually just check that before I start my videos, but just so all of you guys know, like, I'm working through this series as quickly as possible. When I get into some things like this, it gets to be very time consuming on audio work, etc. So, like, I'm trying to get as much of it done as possible in one episode and then decide what isn't needed or is needed. And in this case, I found a little bit of shit not useless in this video, or not useful, and it wasn't anything to make any kind of money or anything that pertained to any of that, so I just cut it. We don't need it. And I tell you one thing, being so low of a level, not having upgrades, there are ways to make a dedicated amount of money. Like, I'm not feeling too confident as of right now. You know, we've got to get things going better for us soon. Soon. Because I'm pretty sure it's 10 of the Fooligan missions, and I'm pretty sure we've done one. Soon. And, you know, after we get through a few things this video, we're going to try to work that back in, but like, I am just trying to cover all baselines and make use of everything that we have possible as of right now. And you know, right now this cash factory is more of a bank robbery thing than it is really helping us in quite a few ways, to be honest. But you know, in the end, these businesses and other things is going to be all that we have. And when I initially set up this profile, I completely bought the wrong thing anyway, so you know, that's kind of my fault. But we're gonna make do, and in the end, we'll accomplish everything that we want to accomplish in the long run. So, with that being said, I couldn't be happier, and I'm sorry if you hear my daughter. She's playing. So, just to clear the air on that, she's playing with some of her electronic toys and her tablet as well. So, it's a bit noisy today. I'm trying to keep it as quiet as I can, and she knows my rules, but she's a butthead and don't listen a lot of the times. Typical children. I know I damn sure didn't listen when I was a kid, so let's get this first drop done over here. Getting so close to it. But, you know, it's working out. At least the drops aren't, you know, super duper scattered way on out. 10 miles out of my way, unfortunately, but you may notice that, as I said, you know, we don't have upgrades, so we're not really even breaking even if we buy supplies as of right now. And I really don't want to divert money into this place just yet when there's better ways and we just need more money. You know, essentially we got to get the acid lab going to do better in other aspects and all of the other stuff. But as of right now, you know, this is about the best we can do, and where we're headed from here is going to be the stash house, and then relatively from there we'll probably jump off into a Fooligan mission and then finish this episode off with one of the last doses. And then probably from there is when we'll get everything mapped together. Hopefully as planned. We've made 2 drops out of 5. Leaves us with 3 to go. I can see smoke right over there in the distance, so I know we're fixing to hit the 3rd drop, which is good for us. In a way, but in a way, I mean, I feel like this is already just taking us too long. I mean, we're 11 minutes in. Most of that was driving and casino in this already, but, you know, I try to keep my episodes to a bare minimum of an hour. You know, occasionally there may be one that ends up going over that hour mark, and that would really concern me a lot, but you know, the only other thing that sucks about this is we got to keep this plane to a certain level to avoid being detected, which is a bit devastating to say the least. And I really wish they would have took out the height limit on this mission. Would have made this so much easier, but that's the thing about Rockstar Games. They don't tailor the game toward the player. They want the players to struggle to make money and enjoy the game. And in this series, you know, I'm breaking that code for you in ways you can make heaps of money and accomplish everything you want to own quickly. But as I said in the beginnings of these episodes, it's better to build yourself up first before you start buying those cars and you know, garages and other things that you guys want. Make sure you have a way that's steady to make you some income, please. I don't want to see you struggle. And which essentially, as long as you got the acid lab, you're not going to struggle that bad, other than, you know, you got to get them damn missions done to get that thing upgraded, and it's a bit of a fucking headache. But here's our last drop. We're looking good there. We made our first counterfeit cash sale, and we're gonna fly this thing back into at least a roadway to land here, and then I am gonna take me a brief audio break, and I will come back to you guys after that, when we're headed over to the stash house. And then we got LJT just confirming we closed the deal. Good, good, good. So I'll see you guys then. Alright guys, let's get our car called over here, and let's head over and rob that stash house. And knowing my luck where we're at, my car is going to spawn down the street. Yep. It always does me like this. It's kind of to be expected in a way, so kind of know what I'm getting myself into already before I get into it. But let's mark that stash house. It's over by our motorcycle clubhouse, and I'm not gonna cut the drive time because this is gonna be relatively quick anyway, and there's just not much of a point when I can sit here and talk you guys through this and initially get through what we need to get through all in one here. Like, it sucks so bad when I have to do a fuck ton of cutting and speeding up, because I'm not real sure that you guys enjoy that, but I do a lot of it for the sake of time, because if these videos get more than an hour. It'll probably take me fucking ages to essentially get all the audio work done, and you know, I know it's right around the corner from my wife giving me a call, but I'm trying my best to get as much of this video crammed in as possible before she gets her lunch break at work, and probably starts chewing me south of the Mexico line or whatever. But these videos, they take, you know, just essentially a long time to complete, and I want the videos to be perfect and not out of sorts, if you guys catch my drift. My usual footage record day did not go as planned, so I only have one more video lined up until I get some footage back in my drive and ready to go. And I usually do that on Sundays, which today is Sunday, when I'm finishing working on the audio for this video, and I'm not even saying that this video is going to fully get done today. As a matter of fact, I almost highly doubt that it will. But let's get our weapon lined up here and get off into the stash house, which will either give us acid supplies or cash supplies. So, the only two businesses we own. Gonna take down these guys and hope for better days. We're getting pretty fucked up here. I'm gonna throw on some body armor and stuff. Eat me a few snacks, that way we don't end up dead. And it could still happen. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, we got him. Good. Code's over there on that whiteboard. Alright, so I've got that combination. Let me get it typed in. And then I think it's 72, 68, 73, or 83. Yeah, 83. Alright, so let's leave this place, see what we get. I'm hoping we end up with cash supplies, that way we can make do of that later, which we'll know once we leave the area. And then I'm going to take me an audio cut, and then we'll work on a Fooligan mission number 2. I'm pretty sure it is. I could be wrong. But let's see what we get first. We got... Come on, tell us. We got counterfeit. Alright, guys, so let's let this go away here, and then we will call and get us a Fooligan mission going from Dax here. Hopefully we get a good one and not a shitty one, but I'm afraid we're going to get a shitty one because, well, they're all shitty, but see what he comes back with, and hope it's something great, because I would be a bit devastated if it's not a great one. Oh great, contaminate the fucking weed farm, and it's all the way in fucking Paleto Forest. Great. So we're gonna get the drive on up there, and then we'll kind of go from there. But initially, this is going to hopefully go better than we wanted it to. One thing I hate is the end of it. After you contaminate the farm, you're going to deal with the fucking hallucinations and all that bullshit. But, so, that's pretty time consuming to say the least. And I'm afraid that it's going to irritate me more than it's going to do us good, but we got to do these to get our upgrades. You know, that's part of the series. I have to get my upgrades. sooner rather than later. I'd like to invest, and I'm not saying certain businesses I'm going to upgrade right away. It just really, it's going to depend on the usability of the business. And the acid lab, well, it's a bit broken. You make pretty good money out of that thing, so can't really call it broken, but you do make a decent amount of money. And well, that is a part of what we need. And you know, me only going for about an hour of footage is not great a lot of the times, but you know, we do what we can do, and I just kind of like to make it work. But initially, this one here, just it requires a fuck ton of driving and a fuck ton of shooting. And the bad thing was, the whole time I was recording this footage, I was on a phone call with a family member that just would not leave me alone, so it was getting hard to focus, and then that just made it even worse. But, you know, so far in this series, I mean, hell, we've had a little over $1 million in the bank account, and we've spent that $1 million on other things off and on. But we've done exactly what we need to do, and, you know, we're pushing on through the series. I feel like we're making a good pace. You know, we're 6 episodes in and already, you know, got 2 businesses under our belt. One of them, of course, I got from the beginning because we're playing on expanded. So we got that $4 million and everything else. So I kind of feel like a cheater, but you know what? This time around, I'm going to take my head start, and hopefully by the time this is all said and done, you guys understand the way that I've took this series, and really appreciate everything that's happened and how I've got to where I'm going. And you know, initially I'm just wanting you guys to bear with me, because this stuff takes a while. I mean, it takes a while to do footage. It takes a while to edit the footage. And, you know, overall, like, this series is probably going to take me, I mean, if I don't stay on top of it, yeah, it's going to take me fucking absolute ages, but you know, I'm trying to get everything set up for us and make things go the way we want them to go. And we've also got that I haven't done yet, which I'm assuming is animal hunting or bounty type shit. Not real sure. We also haven't worked on the treasure hunts. We also haven't worked on the mod bounties yet. But I want to save those until we're done with, you know, the rest of the dose missions. And it's probably the better idea. I feel like if you rush through things and don't kind of set you an end goal, you'll never accomplish what you need in this game. So we have a goal set. Obviously, it's to go from a broke guy to making millions and having all of our businesses upgraded, etc. But also, once again, minus security upgrades, because I just don't feel that they're important. I'm sure they help, and I might get bashed by a lot of the big content creators from GTA, but essentially, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I just don't feel like the staff or the security upgrades is worth it, and if I don't have to, I don't want to waste the money on those, so not going to. And I never honestly even thought I would end up doing this series, but I ended up enjoying it so far, and I plan to continue. The views have been excellent, and that's about what I can say. Like, I hate this damn controller of mine. It doesn't let me select the gun I want all the time, but let's get in here in this farm here and start taking enemies down out of the way. The only good thing about it is if we die, at least we don't have lives. Which, of course, we get fucking obliterated in like 2 shots there. Not at all what we needed, but nothing much we can really do about it. Other than hope for a better outcome this time around. But recently, you know, damn, we got obliterated again. This is horse shit. This mission has not at all went the way I hoped it would. But it's all good because we're going to keep doing it until we're done. And that's that. Like, I want more than anything to push through this shit. No matter how hard it gets and all of that. But I think after we finish up this part, before we get into Last Dose 2, I'm going to take me an audio break until after my wife's lunch break and kind of go from there, but because I'm afraid she's going to catch me at the tail end of this one, and then going to have to end up calling her back, and then she's going to get mad at me because I'm also working, and yeah. She doesn't like me working a lot while she's at work because, well, the kids and everything, but, you know, my son, he's already taking a nap, and my daughter, she's in here with me, so, you know, I'm entitled to some me time, and I'm taking me some me time to get my work done, and my work means a lot to me. It's not exactly work, but you know, at the end of the day, it's one big circle. I sit down, I record, I start mild editing, you know, as far as colors, and then I come back through and, you know, split my sections up on a longer video like this. That way, I can take my paces and get through with it. We got the farm contaminated, so we're gonna get stoned here and then go outside and probably have to shoot clowns or Sasquatches. I still cannot talk today. I'm not even gonna lie, like, I am super tired. My daughter wouldn't quit waking up throughout the whole night, fucking screaming and having nightmares and shit, so it's been a long day already, and it's only 10 in the morning. I hate my wife's work schedule on the weekends. We have to get up super early and everything else to go with it, but in the meantime, I mean, there's no telling how long it's going to take us to get through these fucking hallucinations, and they are most definitely clowns. And once we're done with clowns, that's when we know it's over with, and we'll be done with this stupid mission. Like, I absolutely hate these fucking missions in a way, but if we didn't have to do them, I wouldn't do them. And a lot of people, hell, they probably wouldn't just do them, but I'm gonna do this shit right if I'm even gonna waste my time on it. And hope for the best. Because, well, you know, these are gonna be vital for us. And like initially, I don't know how else to put it. Other than, you know, bite the bullet, finish them all up, and then move forward. But like I said, these missions haven't done great, but we finally got that one finished up, and I will catch you guys a little later to finish this video. Alright guys, we're back after that long cut there. I had to end up changing lobbies to get out of the situation I was in. I was stuck on a mountain after we done that Fooligan mission, of course, so you got just a brief little look in my garage here coming. And then from there we will head on back out after we grab the Kuruma and head over to the Freak Shop to work on Last Dose 2, I think it is. And then from there, that we'll finish off the video with Last Dose 2, because like I said, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And this audio was actually recorded on the day after. So, ended up getting busy yesterday and didn't get to finish up after my wife's lunch break. So, I opted to come in and finish now versus pushing another day and another time, as I should say, because, well, I don't have time for all of that, and it's going to be a long time before I get this video finished up anyway, so let's, not procrastinate anymore. I already had to do that enough yesterday as it is, and I don't want to have to go that route any longer than I have to. So with that all being said, we're gonna make this turn here now, maybe, instead of missing, and get down here to the actual Freak Shop and yeah, go through with everything else, of course. But let's get this loaded up. We should be good on snacks, etc. And I'm not sure if this is the one where we're gonna need a lot of those or not. So before I record next video, I may have to fill back up on all of that. And want to find the option to purchase all ammo. Close that, and then let's launch the job up here. Shouldn't take super duper long to load in. There we go. Like I said, I don't exactly remember. No, okay, this one's not too terrible. We just got to take down the hippie bosses and whatnot. Shouldn't be too bad at all. We'll probably end up screwing up a time or two, but it's all good. I don't remember 100% about a lot of these, but I know there's only 5 of them, so we'll just be sure to get them done and over with, of course, but just quite a bit more driving. I mean, we got a load of driving to do this episode with everything that we had going on and all of the other work that goes into it as well, of course, but I've got about an hour to finish up the rest of this and get my wife to the dentist, but I've already been grocery shopping today, and it's just been a long day. I've had a 3-year-old that wants to show her butt and scream and holler about every little thing today, so no toddler working with me today. She's just been a pain in the ass. But with all of that going on, I just I need a break. I need to clear my head, so video work it is. And I gotta take my wife to Nashville, Tennessee tomorrow, which is about 2 hours away from me, where I live, for appointment over where she had that thyroid cancer and everything. She got real bad sick on us the other day, and I thought she was going to pass, but luckily doctors figured out what was going on with her, and it was just minor medicine discrepancy. And she has to take this medicine every day of her life, so got to get her figured out again. Can't have her going down, down, down. She was super duper sick. None of us knew what was going on. I kept her out of work for 2 days myself, and the doctor agreed as well. And well, I can't say the same for her job. They wasn't too happy with her over it, but I done what I felt was right. I let her get some rest, and she's back on her feet, which is a good thing. It's been a long week, and this week's just starting. We ain't really had a whole lot of unwind time this week. It's just been busy, 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 and then bam, more busy. So tomorrow that little drive is gonna be okay, which I'm gonna have my dad drive because I just don't feel like driving that far. And I'm just going to enjoy the ride. I may find me a good restaurant while I'm down there to get me something to eat. It's not very often we actually get to go out of town, so honestly can't go wrong, and damn, we just died. I really didn't think this through. I should have used the Kuruma here. Really did not think that through at all. But it's all good. It's all good. We'll see if we can get it taken through this time without dying again. So there's one guy somewhere, and on my luck he's going to sneak up and get... Yep, I told you. I know this game all too well. So it's alright. I'm pretty sure that's going to make us restart from the beginning, of course. We made $1,430. Not great. But let's hit the quick restart button. And we'll kind of sort of get down with it from there. But it's going to probably make it, it's going to make us do it from the beginning. First part's not that bad. It is that second one that's a bit hard when you got, well, no max health upgraded yet. Slowly but surely we're working on that. And he'll get stronger as the days progress, but we just gotta start taking our time a little more. And unfortunately, time is not something we really have a lot of. So, my episodes are limited to roughly an hour. I think this one ended up being like an hour and 9 minutes before it went into the editor, and it's come out quite a bit shorter than that, so that's good, just the right amount of footage. Because, as I said, some of the footage, it was just useless and wasn't needed, and kind of sort of wasted a bit of time that we did not have. And I know that in this series you guys want to see me make millions. We're going to build up to that point. We started fresh, and just going to take us a little bit of time, but sooner rather than later we'll be on top of our game, and eventually we'll just start having so much money we don't really know what to do with it anymore. But I need to get set up a little bit better than I have been trying to right now, because, well, it also goes back to, as I had said before, like, we've got so much to do, and limited time to accomplish everything. But we finish these missions up, we get a pretty good bonus for each of these we complete. And once we're done, that just leaves us to move on to whatever else we got planned up after the fact. But playing on expanded and enhanced, we've got a little bit more options we can do. I'm not saying, that it's gonna make us heaps of money right away, but it's important that while we're working on getting that acid lab upgraded, we don't spend too much money until we have those upgrades, of course. That thing, it's not going to be very great up until that point, but it will help us accumulate some money here and there. I think that, we get about an hour in a day that thing's running while we're playing, so I may need to make a mental note to check that before I start the next episode. That way I can see if it's ready or not. I don't really play a lot on this account off screen, to say the least. Most of it is recorded, other than me running back and forwards getting snacks and armor and ammo. Like, I don't tally that shit into the videos. It just doesn't make the final cut, to say the least. And if I done all that, yes, you guys would probably not be all that interested in this series, but I have everything kind of mental noted, mapped out how I plan to go about this series. Right now we start the day off with, every day we kind of just do a casino spin. And at least our, counterfeit cash is also working in the background right now while we're doing this mission as well. It's not great money, but we didn't pay any money out for that. Didn't even steal supplies. We robbed the stash house and got supplies for that. So we kind of just bit the bullet and done our thing there. This little Karuma has come in handy. Oh, I feel like a cheat having to use an armored car, but it's just making us survive, so why not? You got the wrong guy. Shit, nothing. So we should have one or two more locations to go to, if I remember right. I think it's one more. That's the hippie boss, and then I think we gotta do a fuck ton of shooting again over there, so we'll have to take it slow and watch our backs a little bit. But it's kind of crazy to think that we can't get this video finished up, and then I've got to pick a day, so one day this week, to sit down and essentially start working on next week's videos. I don't have any footage at all, and I try to only do a couple videos a week, that way you guys have time to watch them. But here lately I've just been, as I go, just trying to get things out and not sit on footage as long as I have been. And it does make me feel awful when I've had footage just stockpiled for absolute ages and haven't done anything with it. And I've been back on it more frequently. I've been squeezing in the time to sit down and hit the audio and all that stuff, and then try to spend my better half time of just throwing in audio and editing and getting shit thrown together. I mean, I just feel horrible that I haven't got anything done the way that I need to get it done right now. And I probably won't start the render on this until after my wife's dentist appointment, but at least I'll have everything edited up in place, to say the least. And all my audio work done for this one, and then, You know, we've got quite a bit of time to go, and I have one more video I've got to work on sometime soon. Because I want to get another couple episodes of that recorded as well. And then I gotta jump back over to one game over here. And like, once I finish that series up, we'll find something else that is a kind of a happy medium. I gotta go down to Elysian Island, and I'm pretty sure this is where we photograph a bunch of shit in a warehouse. Like, I don't remember every bit of this, you know, these missions, but it kind of comes back to me as I go through them. It kind of feels like a clean slate working on this series, because I'm so bored of it on my main account right now. Like, I've just done so much and saving for different things, and well, I just kind of haven't, like, at all. And I still haven't done a video covering the Chop Shop DLC like I wanted to, but you know what? I think we will cover that once we get to it. I haven't done it. And at this point, it's been out for probably 2 months, and you know, honestly, I haven't even bothered playing on my main account any at all. I think I'm back up to like 10 or 12 million just sitting there, and I mean, all I have to do is buy cars and shit at this point, and then go back and grind more money and grind more money. Like, I just don't want to do it for that account right now, because me playing on my main account takes time and effort away from this series, and if I bore myself playing on my regular account, I'll end up boring myself and not want to continue the series like I need to. And you know, eventually there's going to come a time when I have to take a break from this series to work on other aspects and things that need to be brought to my attention. But essentially, we should have to go back here, and there should be a keypad like right down here past this truck, or around this truck, like right in here. And it just popped, and I just now noticed that. But we'll jump out here and go get this door open, and then we'll start doing what it wants us to do. But we're going to get a gun ready. Not that one. I want that. Nope. Damn it. That one. Thank you. Stupid ass controller. Let's do these stupid data crack mission here. I hate these things. These are easy. Glad it's not a bunch of damn numbers. Those are awful, but alright. We got that done. And then we got to start finding the clues around here. This should be one of them. Maybe we're not too close to make it count. Alright, it counted that one. Should be another one right in here somewhere. It's going to be a lot of back and forwards with the camera and me running around this building, but I know these guns sitting over here is one as well. There should be something right in here. No, it's the guns. Get in a good spot, and then we'll take a picture. Alright, got that one. And then there should be something right in here as well. It's the key card, I think. We'll just take that picture like that. Should be good enough. And then we got one more, which should be these things here. Like over here on the shelf, maybe. No, it's these. Definitely these. So let's just photograph that. And that should be good. We gotta get a key card here in a second. It's gonna tell us to grab a key card. And so right there. Yep, that one. There we go. Get that done, and then we just gotta leave Elysian Island, and that's gonna be a mission well done. So I hope you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and start my closing now. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. It has been a whirlwind, to say the least, to get this finished. So if you could, feel free to drop a like, subscribe, follow if you're on Facebook, etc., etc. But you guys hear me talk about this so much, and I usually don't ask for anything, but we got 180,000 or 18,000 or some shit. But to say the least, we done pretty good, and it's gonna spawn us back into our session that we was in, and we'll be waiting on a Dax phone call any second now. You know I always wait to end the video off after Dax calls us in. So I'm hoping he calls quicker this time. You can't never tell. Sometimes it takes him a minute, and sometimes he calls right through. There's the extra 100,000 and the RP. There's Dax calling now. So with all of that being said, guys, we're going to get a wrap up on this thing where I can start getting my edits done, and I will catch you guys later on in another video. With that being said, peace. I'm out. See ya.
We gotta move on this. Get down here when you can.